that as far as Congress MP Jairam Ramesh is concerned, he has now moved a privilege complaint against Union Home Minister Amit Shah over his claims that early warnings were given to the state of Kerala ahead of the landslides and the deadly landslides that have claimed the lives of over 350 people. Amit Shah had said that the Kerala government did not act on those warnings. Before we move forward, let's hear what the Union Home Minister had said during an address on Parliament, especially talking about that there were already alerts that were issued to the state.
अर्ली वार्निंग अर्ली वार्निंग अर्ली वार्निंग अर्ली वार्निंग बोलते ही गए। मैं सदन के सामने स्पष्टता करना चाहता हूं, 23 जुलाई को केरल सरकार को अर्ली वार्निंग भारत सरकार की ओर से दी गई थी। 23 जुलाई को 7 दिन फिर 24 को गई, फिर 25 को गई, 26 तारीख को मान्यवर ये कहा गया कि 20 सेंटीमीटर से ज्यादा वर्षा होगी, भारी वर्षा होगी, लैंडस्लाइड होने की संभावना है, मड भी रस होकर आ सकता है और लोग इसके अंदर दबकर मर भी सकते हैं। मगर भारत सरकार की अर्ली वार्निंग सिस्टम पर सवाल किए गए, इसलिए मैं कहता हूं प्लीज लिसन अस, मत चिल्लाइए, प्लीज रीड इट।
Well, that's the Union Home Minister's statement that came in as far as the political war of words that have been coming in, because the State Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan has been saying that they were inadequate and not clear enough when it comes to these warnings that have been issued, because what's the point of these warnings when tragedy is already struck and landslides which has claimed the lives of over 350 people. Let's take a look as far as the reactions coming in on part of the Congress party as well. We have Meenakshi with us to help us understand what this motion is all about. Meenakshi.
Well, yes, so Swati, a privilege motion, Amita, apologies, this privilege motion has been given by Jairam Ramesh, and Jairam Ramesh in the privilege motion basically has said that the warnings were reportedly not given, and that's the basis of the privilege motion. Congress is basically saying that the House has been misled. We have another letter by Jairam Ramesh where he is mentioning, the issue of the Kerala landslides, and he is also writing and reaching out to the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change to project the methodology and coordinations of the committee, basically talking about using the Gadgil committee recommendations and thinking of how to ensure ecological protection in the Western Ghats. And then he goes on to talk about how, what needs to be done and how recommendations need to be implemented without further delay. Again, as I said, this is about the ecologically invaluable but critically endangered Western Ghats and what needs to be done. Letter which has been signed by Jairam Ramesh, and also Jairam Ramesh has also given a privilege notice where he is claiming that the House has been misled.
All right, Meenakshi, thank you for that update. We talk about after what, as Meenakshi was explaining, when it comes to Jairam Ramesh's privilege notice against the centre is concerned, government sources have been revealing a detailed report on the warnings as well, because they have been complaining as far as the IMD is concerned. They have issued heavy rain forecast for Wayanad region, predicting that significant rainfall can happen from the days of 29th to the 30th of July last month, where the IMD also provided an impact-based forecast as well, using color codes to indicate the severity of the weather conditions as well. And sources also say when it comes to the Geological Survey of India, they had also issued landslide warnings on the 29th of July at 2 p.m. However, the landslide occurred at around 2:17 a.m. on the 30th of July, leaving ample time for precautionary measures to be taken up by the government. But let's in the meantime take a look when it comes to the details that are now coming in on the opposition, because this entire issue is being politicized over a tragedy. As far as the government sources emphasizing that the state government was responsible when it comes to executing safety measures, and arguing that despite there being clear warnings, necessary precautions were not taken by the state government, and that in time, maybe possibly Sabyasachi, if there were any casualties, it wouldn't have been at this state. Over 350 people and counting may not have lost their lives.
Well, absolutely. See, that is the reason why Home Minister Amit Shah highlighted that several warnings has been given to the state of Kerala. In fact, the Home Minister says that on 23rd July, a warning has been given to the Kerala state government that around for 7 days there is going to be heavy to very heavy rainfall in the state of Kerala, specifically in areas like Wayanad, which can lead to natural disasters like landslides. So this warning has been given by the IMD as well as from the Ministry Ministry. But despite the warning, the Kerala government has failed to act upon it. In fact, the Home Minister also cited the state of Odisha, giving example that Odisha has been hit by cyclones in the past. In fact, several cyclones, and time and again, because of the warning and the state government acting on it, no lives have been lost. So clearly the war of words is going to escalate. On the other hand, the Congress party has been putting blame on the central government, stating that there should have been an early warning by the central government. In fact, Jairam Ramesh passed a privilege motion against Home Minister Amit Shah. In fact, Congress went to an extent to say that Home Minister is lying inside the house about the early morning, about the early warning. So clearly, on one hand, the BJP citing the reasons that a proper warning has been given to the state. In fact, the IMD also issued a warning to the state of Kerala in areas like Wayanad, where very heavy rainfall is expected for 7 days, and
ecologically sensitive as far as and this being the monsoon season, when it comes to such kind of reports of landslides or heavy rains that are still reported, why no ample measures were taken by the state, and that too in time? Meenakshi is back with us to help us understand, as far as the opposition, it seems, what the state chief minister has been saying, Meenakshi Pinarayi Vijayan, to point out that when it comes to these warnings, they were inadequate and they were not clear.
Yes, so that's the allegation and the counter coming from Pinarayi Vijayan. Also, Amitav, we have that letter which we were speaking of earlier, the exact privilege motion, and the part I was speaking of specifically, it says that it is clear that Union Home Minister has misled the Rajya Sabha in the emphatic statement which had been, when we speak of the warnings which were issued by the Union government, and he says they have been proven to be false. It is well established that the House has been misled by a minister. Signed here, if we could just zoom in here, by Jairam Ramesh. So that's the privilege motion which the Congress had moved, and obviously you read out in detail how the government sources are countering this claim by the Congress party.
Meenakshi, thank you for that update. As far as this privilege notice is concerned, in a way, the opposition jointly and also with the left government in the state of Kerala seem to be suggesting that on part of the BJP-run centre, they have been in a way misleading the parliament by giving information saying that there were ample warnings that were given, alerts that were being issued, but timely action by the state government wasn't done, and that is possibly the reason why, when it comes to the gravity of such kind of a tragedy that has occurred, that has claimed the lives of over 350 people and counting. But with that, as we have confirmed, when it comes to those people, the number of people who have died and the agencies that have been involved, when it comes to managing all sort of challenges, right from adverse weather to the threat of epidemics, we've been reporting from the ground non-stop, as Deepak has been giving us when it comes to a first-hand information exactly what has happened right after this tragedy struck.
Thanks to the Bailey Bridge that has been built at Chularmala, heavy machinery, earth movers have been able to reach Mundakai. And not just that, a lot of rescue personnel carrying a lot of equipment that could cut through debris have now come here to one of the worst hit areas. This entire village nearly has been washed away by the flash floods because of the landslides, of course, that happened. The landslide tip, of course, is very, very close to where I'm standing, and you can see all around, as my video journalist Pradeep is going to show you these pictures. It shows the vast devastation and the destruction that this landslide has left behind. Right now you have forces from the army, from the fire and rescue of Kerala state. You also have the NDRF and volunteers who are working day and night to try and identify if anybody has been trapped. Predominantly now, since 3 days have passed, it is a search for mortal remains so that it can be handed over to the families who are right now at relief camps, who don't know where the family members are. At least handing over a mortal remain would mean that they can conduct final rites at least. But up until now, while of course search operations have been conducted over the last couple of days, first of course manually and then using earth movers, they've been able to get over 20 mortal remains. All around, of course, you see even beneath where I'm properly standing, there possibly is a home. And these earth movers are helping, of course, channel out the water, move out the debris, and possibly find any more people who could be still trapped inside. Sniffer dogs as well are being pressed into action. So it's an extensive operation that's currently underway here in Mundakai.